Hey guys, welcome to the number one MMA podcast where we talk fitness, combat sports, physical health, everything. Fuck, we just watched UFC 257 and it was just like, it was insane. We watched at our local pub, which was mad in itself because we got there at a decent time.
Yeah.
We got there a good seat right next to the big front screen.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone starts packing in for the Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier fight.
Obviously.
And everyone lost their shit when
Conor
Conor got rocked.
We lost our shit.
Yeah, we're gonna post that soon. Actually, we'll post this. It'll be up before this podcast, actually.
Yeah.
But the whole main and co-main event, we lost our shit over.
Oh my!
It was a day for underdogs for sure.
Yeah, correct.
257 was a day for underdogs.
I mean, let's just start off the bat talk about Conor McGregor and Poirier because that's the thing in everyone's mind. This was a rematch that was over 6 years in the making. If the tables were flipped, I put up a post on social media a couple of days ago about, I noticed that the weightings, it was flipped. At the first weighting, Conor had his hat backwards and Dustin was bald, right? And then this time, Conor's bald, Dustin's got his hat backwards. And then Conor smoked Dustin in the second round.
No,
First round?
Dustin smoked Conor today, but in the first fight, Conor smoked him in the first 2 minutes of the first round.
So it was just a complete role reverse. You know what I mean? How the tables have turned. I mean, hats off to Dustin, man. He's been having that chip on his shoulder for like 6 years.
It's been in every highlight clip of Conor McGregor's career, and now it's good to see that. I mean, Dustin's been running through champion after champion. Justin Gaethje, Eddie Alvarez. He's been going through everyone. He fought Khabib, then he goes through Dan Hooker, and then he goes to fight Conor McGregor. And to be fair, let's be honest, most people were expecting, because Conor looked so motivated and looked so sharp physically, that we thought he was going to be the same old Conor, 2015 Conor, 2016 Conor, and that he would prevail against Dustin fairly, not easily, but I believed it was going to be a second round KO.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be a second round KO for Dustin. I called it during the fight. I said it's going to be a second round KO. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was going to be Dustin KOing him in the second round.
So people who are fans of the podcast, you know that we like to film our reactions to fights because obviously it's hilarious. On camera, Jack said, second round KO. And I was like, all right, it's on camera. He called it, we called it. We did fucking call it though.
Yeah, no, but I thought it was gonna be Conor.
We both did because I'm pretty sure I said to you, I was so wrong as well. I said, look, if it's inside the first few couple rounds, give it to Conor, but it's outside the rounds, I reckon Dustin's gonna get it, but nah. But one thing that surprised me so much was when the first round, Dustin went for a takedown. And then I saw for a second, Conor's eyes just flashed like he was surprised that Dustin was going to do that. And then I thought for a second he also went, shit, here we go again. But then Khabib would have been clapping.
There's a couple I'll tell you what surprised me and what didn't surprise me. What didn't surprise me was the leg kicks.
Okay.
Was not surprised. Dustin loves to use those leg kicks. And in their first exchange in 2014, never really got those leg kicks popping off. And the calf kicks are becoming an increasingly, more prevalent kick that really just, as soon as they hit that nerve, bang. They're unable to really put weight on that, and then it makes it a lot easier to rock someone when they're kind of standing on one leg. What did surprise me was how close Conor was getting to Dustin. I was saying during the fight, I was going, Joe, why is he's baiting so hard against Dustin? He's baiting him so hard, getting so close, so that he can pull and punch. That's what he wants to do. He just wants to pull the shot and hit him. And the other thing that surprised me was, a lot of people think that Conor has a shit gas tank. I don't think he has a shit gas tank. I just think when you're just a bundle of fast twitch muscle fibers and really fast reaction speed, it's quite easy to empty the gas tank.
Yeah. You saw that in full effect because Conor was popping off some good shots.
He was, but what surprised me was he didn't sit on the stool. Dustin went straight to the stool. Conor didn't. He didn't sit on the stool. He just stood. He was fine.
Yeah.
So I felt like maybe physically he was better physically conditioned. It's just he didn't have the timing that he usually did. He didn't have the timing. And Dustin, you can't underestimate his durability at 155.
Yeah. Well, because there were definitely some shots that was in the first round that really surprised me. Like, Conor loves to lean into the side. He was leaning to his right side and then pop off with that jab and that nasty left hand. And he got Dustin a couple of times. And there was even that elbow from the clinch off the cage, which he got him with, that was impressive as well. And Conor was reutilizing his shoulder strikes.
They were both exchanging shoulder strikes back and forth.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of a conversation going back and forth.
I think Dustin was the one talking a little bit of shit during the...
Yeah.
He was like, Conor wasn't saying anything. Dustin was the one talking a little bit of shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to unpack right now, but right off the bat, just... Here's what irritates me sometimes with all these fucking like news networks and all these memes. It's just for this one fight, everyone's now all of a sudden tuned in. But whenever we watch all the previous fights, a lot of people don't really. All these casual fans are like writing off Conor. Oh, we should retire now. We should retire. And I'm like, oh, shut up.
He came back he never had to. He came back because he wanted to, and it sounds like even after the fight, after he lost, both Dustin and him were quite humble, exchanged, handshakes and with respect. And Conor said, look, I'm not done. It's going to suck for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
He obviously doesn't like to lose.
He took it so well.
And Dustin was very graceful with the victory as well. I mean, props to both men. I thought they were very respectful. It was interesting to see a Conor that was much more mature, but didn't utilize the trash talk the way he usually does to really break down a fighter beforehand.
I think he's gotten rid of that now. I feel like he didn't do it with Cerrone.
Yeah, but I felt like maybe he didn't have to. I feel like he didn't have to. I think maybe he underestimated Dustin and felt that he didn't have to use mental warfare because...
Well, he was so confident because he said, oh, I'll smash him inside 60 seconds. And I said to you, okay, Jack. Okay, Jack. Conor's got 20 seconds left to fulfill his promise, and then he said he didn't, so...
I didn't see it happening in 60. I thought second round KO. I thought the first round would be enough time to process and download a bit of information, and then there was some punt. There was two of those left crosses that Conor unloaded that were just off the mark. If they hit flush, Conor would have slept Dustin, right? Yeah. But the timing was just off. And Dustin, when he did get cracked with some shots, durable. Yeah. The man's just full of grit and determination, and just props to him because he's stayed active and he's kept continuing down this very honourable path. He's not one to talk shit, and I just think he did really well. But I agree with you about there can be really toxic casual fans, especially the Khabib fans. They can be toxic as fuck.
Yeah.
Not Khabib fans are toxic. I'm just saying there are some toxic casual Khabib fans. They just write some horrible shit, and I'm just like, what did he do to you, dude?
Yeah, it's just did your uncle touch you as a kid, and was his name Conor or something like that? Is that why you have to hate it? But it's just like, I mean, like the memes are just coming out. Like, the fight's only been gone for about couple of hours, and already the amount of stuff that's going out and the amount of people that are writing them off.
So much hate.
Like, it's just ridiculous. But imagine if it was the other way around. I reckon those same people would probably be riding McGregor's dick right now and posting all the memes again for him as well, saying Dustin should retire.
Who knows?
It's just either way, man. Like, what it comes down to it is what is it? What it comes down to is the way that he responds, and the way that they both fighters respond to this fight today is phenomenal. Now, and also Coach Kavanagh put out a tweet saying, "Oh, those who stand never fall." Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing the camp's obviously backing by Conor, and I can definitely see him coming back. But there was a couple of things I wanted to ask you, man. Like, Khabib put out a tweet just recently, and just remind the viewers what it said again, Jack.
He just mentioned that this is what happens when you change sparring partners. They got you, you change teams and change sparring partners. and you fight little kids. He was saying that because he was boxing Dylan Moran, who is he's a young boxer, but he's no kid. I think Khabib just hates Conor, and Conor hates Khabib, and that's just the way it is. And I think often Khabib, and especially his manager Ali Abdul Aziz,
What did he say?
he just said like, "Oh, imagine what Justin would do to his legs," or something like that. I don't know. He was just there's a lot of rubbish that he says as well, but I mean, I think Khabib and Conor may fight in the future. It's just very far down the road, and it's still unlikely. Yeah.